Our region's business is sponsored by PNC for the achiever in you. Our region's business. Innovation, transformation, momentum, improving our communities and driving technologies that will shape our region for generations. The collaboration that brings vitality, prosperity, and life to living. Stay with us for the coming half hour as we examine in depth our region's business. Now, here's your host, Bill Flanagan.
Today on Our Region's Business, how connections are improving emergency medical services in Pittsburgh and surrounding communities. Plus, a helping hand when an organization confronts a crisis. But first, Memorial Day weekend, the kickoff of the summer travel season. Although the way this summer is starting in our region, why travel? A blockbuster series of events is on tap the first couple of weeks of June, with the dedication of the restored fountain in Point State Park and the just completed Great Allegheny Passage biking and hiking trail. Along the way, there's Pride Fest and a Jazz Live Festival that's filling streets in Pittsburgh's Cultural District. Janice Burley-Wilson is the festival's director.
It's just a fantastic event for the city and for people that are in the surrounding areas. We get a lot of visitors that come in from Cleveland, Detroit, Washington, D.C., Philadelphia, and they come into town, they book a hotel room, they eat in our restaurants and spend money, and it's just great for the city.
All that on the Three Rivers Arts Festival too, and best of all, much of all this entertainment is free. Craig Davis is back with us today to talk about why it's such a great spring and summer to visit Pittsburgh. He happens to be the president and CEO of Visit Pittsburgh. Welcome back. Good to see you.
Thanks, Bill.
Yeah, how about it? This seems like a blockbuster way to get things started this summer.
It is, between June 7th and 16th, there are going to be so many different things happening at the same time, which will really break us out into the summer in a great way. As you just mentioned, the opening of Point State Park, all the different activities, and of course the Delaware Bank Arts Festival is taking place over that span, so it's going to be just a great time to be in Pittsburgh.
And on top of that, a whole lineup of national arts conventions. There's one in town this weekend, Memorial Day weekend, and more to come, right?
Right, everybody from cartoonists to the children's museums have been in town, and the Americans for the Arts is meeting at that time, which is a very prestigious convention, and they're happening at the same time as all of this is all these other things are going down.
Really a great testament to the results of all the investment the region's been making in arts and culture, outdoor recreation, riverfront development, all this stuff over the last 30 years or so.
It is. It's it's the manifest of all that. You've got all these things that people want to come and see and people want to come and experience, and that means a lot of economic benefit for the region.
Yeah, well, how many people do come visit every year?
About 11 million.
11 million?
Yep.
Really?
And it's a $6 billion industry for the area. It is big business here. Most people in Pittsburgh would be surprised that we are a tourist destination.
Well, and by what measure? I mean, who do you compare us against in your industry?
Well, we compare ourselves against different cities for different reasons, but for conventions, let's say, it's Cleveland, Columbus, Baltimore, Indianapolis, a lot of second-tier cities in the Midwest and the Northeast. And then from a tourism standpoint, we compete with everybody around here for that dollar. So we have different methodologies of bringing people in for different reasons.
Yeah, I know you mentioned some of the market close by and some of the places like us, the Clevelands of the world especially. And what, you even are partnering with Cleveland and what, Columbus this summer? Right?
We are. It's in the blogosphere, we're trying to attract a different way of actually getting some buzz out. And the three cities, while we do compete with each other, we actually draw from each other. So a lot of the people that live in Pittsburgh will go to Cleveland, will go to Columbus, and the same thing happens. So what we've done is to develop a program where we have bloggers that are coming to Pittsburgh and blogging about Pittsburgh from those two cities, and then we're reciprocating in the three cities. So we're hoping to create a lot of buzz in the social media world on this kind of an experience.
Well, the great thing is the cities are only 2-3 hours apart max, so there's a lot of opportunity for people just to drive over for a long weekend or whatever.
Right. We know instinctively that a lot of our business is coming from Cleveland, is coming from Columbus. We check zip codes, and all of our attractions do the same thing too. So we're just trying to take something that we already know is happening and increase the volume from there.
Yeah, you mentioned the 11 million visitors. How does all this add up in terms of filling hotel rooms? I know we've added an awful lot of hotel rooms over the past 10 years or so.
We've added a tremendous amount of hotel rooms over the last 10 years, but the thing that most people may be surprised is that we keep filling them up, and occupancy rates have increased in Pittsburgh. In fact, last year we were the #1 occupancy market in our competitive set, and amongst the top of our average room rates, which means that our rooms are going for more of a premium than our competitive set.
Wow, well then that's got to drive interest among investors in building more hotel rooms.
Right, actually there are a number of hotels that are going to be built and introduced within the next 2 years, and more to come. Pittsburgh's one of the hottest real estate markets for hotel investment right now.
Well, and as we know, commercial real estate in general has been stronger here than across the country. Residential hasn't been too bad relative to the rest of the country, but fascinating that hotels, one would never really have thought that hotels would turn into sort of a growth industry in our region. What's really been driving that?
Well, there's a lot that's been driving it, and Visit Pittsburgh can't take credit for all of it. Or we can take credit for a part of it.
Yeah,
but
just great promotion.
Yeah, I really
right?
wish I'd be. Yeah, I got to be careful here. You know, as you just referred to, the business climate in Pittsburgh is robust right now, and that drives a lot of business into the city. Of course, our sports teams, the Penguins keep winning. People keep coming in from the outside to stay in our hotel rooms. The same with the Pirates are going to have a great summer season, and that will draw more. But again, you know, we have different banks, we have different business entities, the hospitals, the colleges. They're all bringing in that business traveler, and those are the
energy revolution, right?
Exactly, yeah. and that's the best kind of customer to have, because they're on an expense account and they have more money to spend.
Okay, very good. It is, you mentioned the Penguins, and they're hot in the chase of the Stanley Cup. How big a deal is that, especially for Allegheny County, when the Penguins get hot and this playoff series goes on?
Well, right now, in this round of playoffs, it's about a $2.5 million economic benefit to the city every time they play. And that is ticket sales, hotel rooms, souvenirs, parking, restaurants, all the things that are associated with a game day experience. And you know, while you want them to sweep the other team, and I of course do, but that game that we're going to have in the next little while, or you know, the next series, and I know there will be a next series, every time they come in here, it means a lot of dollars for them.
So when they take a series out to 7 games, obviously that's an extra $2.5 million a pop.
It would be an extra. It would be an extra game or two for us, and yeah. I'd rather not bite my nails like that, but it's nice to have the business.
Yeah. If people want to get more information about what's going on all summer, maybe begin to. I guess they should tell their friends and family, come back and check out the place too, right?
Absolutely, yeah. They should come in and over a Pirates weekend and catch a game and take advantage of all the things. You know, with it, you'd mentioned the fountain at Point State Park is going to open back up again. What a fantastic icon. It's been out of commission for 4 years. Tell them to come back again. You know, it's going to be a very different experience this time. So
all the info they need to plan a trip at VisitPittsburgh.com. Craig Davis, thanks so much.
Sure, Bill, thanks.
Yeah, appreciate it. Next up, Pittsburgh and surrounding municipalities find ways to improve emergency medical services and manage costs through cooperation. Stay with us.